Hello there, and welcome to the channel. Today's video will be about what if Anakin did not leave Tatooine with Qui-Gon Jinn. Now before this video starts, there are some things we need to discuss. First off, in order for the story to work, the Duel of the Fates could not happen just for the story's sake. Also, I do not think this should have happened in the original movies. It is just a theory. Anyways, enjoy the video.
What about Mom? Is she free too?
I tried to free your mother, Annie, but water wouldn't have it.
You're coming with us, aren't you, Mom?
Son, my place is here. My future is here. It is time for you to let go.
No, I'm not gonna go, Anakin would say rather loudly. I'm not going to go without Mom. After a rather lengthy conversation, Anakin would get his way, and he would be able to stay on Tatooine with his mother, and all would be well for some time. The story of the mere human winning the Boonta Eve pod race and dethroning the legend Sebulba, the name Anakin Skywalker, would make its way through the galaxy, and eventually making its way to Senator Palpatine, soon to be Sith Lord Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, whichever you want to call him. Once he heard of this news, he decided not to tell his master at the time, Darth Plagueis, but instead sent Sith assassin Darth Maul to investigate what was going on there. Back on Tatooine, cheers were heard as young Skywalker would walk to the alleys of Mos Espa, and sometimes even Mos Eisley now that he was no longer a slave to Watto. He was living his best life and he was gearing up for his next race. He had found his passion in pod racing. 5 days would go by and it would be the day of the next pod race. This pod race was no Boonta Eve, but still every seat was taken. Everybody there would be there to watch him. He would see the people, everybody in their tattered robes and clothes, except for one. There was just one dressed in full black with a hood tucked into a back corner in the shadows. But Anakin could still see him. He does not think much of it. 3, 2, 1, and the race starts. This time Anakin would start with the rest, his new pod, working amazing. The first 2 laps would go by seamlessly, but as he passes a canyon, so close to the finish line, a Tusken Raider blaster shot would hit his main engine, and he goes spiraling out of control into a massive boulder. He blacks out. He wakes up briefly to see the dark-cloaked man picking him up, and then he dozes off once more. Darth Maul takes him back to his ship, enraged at himself that he did not feel his presence in the Force when he was there mere weeks earlier. But up close to him, he felt it. Now, the Force was so unbelievably strong in him. Maul takes him back to Coruscant, Palpatine, who had recently been elected as Chancellor Palpatine, and who had recently also murdered his master Darth Plagueis, making room for a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful. Sorry, that was a really bad impression, but it doesn't matter. For the next 10 years, Sidious would train Anakin in the dark side, making him so powerful that he could take over planets with ease. Eventually, they would wipe the Jedi off the galaxy, and they would create their new galactic empire. Palpatine would tell Anakin that he had killed his mother, making Anakin so furious that he made Palpatine explode with his fist. And he took all of that anger, the anger for Palpatine not even letting him see his mother since he was 9 years old, and he took all of his other anger, and took over hundreds of galaxies. He eventually took in an apprentice, a young Galen Merrick, who would eventually become Starkiller, and for centuries to come the Empire would rule over the galaxies and more galaxies, until a threat would arise for them. But this is where I ended. Let me know what you think of this video. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know in the comments. But until then, may the Force be with you.